Congratulations on making it to the end of the school year. And it has been a pretty intense school year with online schooling and shut-ins and different things going on. Congratulations. For many of you, you are saying goodbye to schools and teachers who've been a part of your kids' lives for years. But next year promises to be a year of new firsts, new teachers, new friends, new clubs and opportunities. It's an exciting time. What is also happening as your child takes these new steps is that they're growing in independence. The safe haven of your home that you've built, the values and principles that you have tried to teach your children, all of these are going to be challenged as your child is introduced to different ideas, different faiths, and different lifestyles. For all these reasons and more, it's important to take opportunities along the way to celebrate the gift that God's given us in our children and the young people that they are becoming. It is also important to prepare for this next stage of life and to remember that you are not alone. This is why we offer Leveling Up. In many cases, you may have participated in other life celebrations. Maybe you christened your child or dedicated your child as a baby. And as a parent, you made a commitment to help raise your child to know and walk with God. Maybe you have made a decision for Christ and been baptized. And that has been a commitment that you've made in your life, in your walk with God. These are things that we celebrate. And just like we have those moments in time that we look back to and we can say, I committed to walking with God, Leveling Up is one of those times. And we give them to families because we have these times in our life where life changes. And we can be purposeful as we move forward, or we can just keep on trucking along and be reactive as life happens to us. And my hope is that you are going to take an opportunity to think ahead and be purposeful about each of your walks with God and how you can encourage and build one another up. So what exactly is Leveling Up? Leveling Up is a time that we give you as a family, as parents and students, children, as parents and children, to recommit to taking God into this next season of life. Parents, you're saying, I'm willing to step up and do whatever it takes to help my kid hold on to faith in God. Students, you're saying, I'm willing to take more responsibility than what I had in the previous phase of life, and I'm going to keep working to make this faith my own. I'm going to keep working to know God more, to walk with Him closer. There are 3/4 aspects to Leveling Up. So one is this preparatory time where you get to spend time together defining for your family, for you and your child, what it's going to look like to move forward in this next season of life. And it's going to look different with one child from the next child because each of our children are different. And that's great. And that's why this is between you, the parent, you, the child or student, and God. It's between the three of you. Parents do their part, kids do their part, and God does His part. The second aspect will take place on Sunday, June 13th, as part of our worship service, where we will have a time of blessing and prayer for families and students that are making this commitment to carry God into the next stage of their development, their schooling, their life. If you're unable to make June 13th, that's okay. You just need to talk to me and we'll arrange another time that we can bring you up front and be able to pray over you and celebrate with you. The third/fourth aspect, I'm kind of running them together, is we enjoy as a community being able to encourage students, so we put together poster boards for each of the students that are leveling up, and we encourage people to write encouraging notes on them as we celebrate what they have accomplished to this point and pray for them as they move forward. So we want to get information from you that will help us put those posters together. The other half of that is on June 13th, that Sunday that we have the Leveling Up, we will be having a cookout done in a COVID-friendly, safe way that for friends and family to join us and just to have a good time celebrating together. We've missed being able to join together, and we feel like things have moved along enough that with some parameters we can have a safe cookout and enjoy that time. There's a station so that you can take photos with friends and family just to remember this day and the commitment that you have made. So here are the details that will help you put together your covenant between you, the parent, and you, the student. I encourage you to begin by praying. Just ask God to guide your time and to bring to mind the things that will help you to walk with Him in this next stage of life. To help you out, we have a template for you. We also have some ideas that, depending on what stage you're at, middle school, high school, or post high school and workforce, college area, of things that you can commit to, say, I would like to do this to help continue my walk with God. The things that I want you to think about is the SMART system. Maybe you've heard about it. It's just a way of setting goals or objectives. S is be specific. M, measurable. A, achievable. R, repeatable. T, trackable. When we keep these things in mind, it helps us to be realistic about what we can do. Okay. A poor example might be, I'm going to read the Bible. A better example is, I'm going to read the Bible for 10 minutes 3 times a week. A poor example would be to say, I'm going to be more like Jesus. A better example is to say, I'm going to pick one verse a week and live it out and apply it to my life. I hope those examples help you see where we're trying to go, as well as with what's on the sheet. We are here to help you if you need help. Myself, I've began being purposeful in this way and with my kids when they were in early elementary school. I know that Christy and Avi, part of the family team, have become purposeful at making this transition as their kids are in middle and high school. And so we have some different experiences regardless of where you are in your family process. Parents, you are to come up with a list of things that you can do, that you will commit to for growing in your own walk, modeling for your student what it looks like to walk with God, and how you're going to teach and equip your student to walk with God in this next stage of life. Students, likewise, you're going to come up with your own list of things you're willing to commit to that will help you grow in your walk with God, to know God better, to walk with Him closer, to use the gifts that He has given you for His purposes so that others can see God in you. So that's the parents' part, the students' part, and just to give you a little bit of insight into God's part, I have a couple of scriptures here. Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. James 4:7-8. Therefore submit to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. And from Deuteronomy 31:8. And the Lord, he is the one who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed. See, God has made some covenants to us, some promises to those who are faithfully walking with him. Parents, do your part. Students, do your part. And God will do his part. God has made a promise to us that as we are faithfully walking with him, that he will do some things as well. After you, the parent, have written down the things, and it just has to be a couple of things, 2 or 3 things, whatever God leads you to do. And as you, the student, do the same thing and write those into the covenant, then what I want you to do is to sign it down at there will be a place to sign down at the bottom. Parent can sign their name, student can sign their name, and then bring it to me. I will sign my name as God's representative in this covenant. Now, I recognize we're all in a different place in our process. If that path represents who is Jesus at the very beginning, to let me tell you about Jesus at the end, maybe some of you as parents are still at I'm trying to figure out who Jesus is myself, and you want me to teach my kid. Well, you're not alone. The family team is here to help you to figure this out. So don't let that stop you from engaging in this process. Even when you don't have the answers, you can encourage your kids to ask questions as well, right alongside you. You are in our prayers, and we are excited that you are considering this step. In addition to the covenant materials you'll find in the packet, you will see that there is a student information sheet that will help us put those poster boards together. If you would be willing to fill out whatever information, your student can fill this out, whatever information they have to share with us, that would be great. We'd also like to have a picture of your student that we can put on that poster board as well. With that, I think that wraps up what we need to do and what I wanted to communicate with you. So, leveling up is about celebrating where God has brought you and your student, and it's about preparing to purposefully walk with him as parent and student into this next phase of life. Will you make that commitment? I look forward to hearing from you with any questions you might have, or to confirm with me that you and your student will be participating in leveling up this year, either on June 13th or at another time that we work out.